Okay, this is the second time I've had to do this now. So it's this. The can's already open. The beer is here. Basically, I'm going to do a review of Duff beer, but that is not why this is happening. Basically, I'm going to drink this and talk about it while I'm doing this. But I've not got a lot left because I've already done this whole video. But for some reason the camera wasn't recording. I don't know why. A bit strange. Anyway, why am I doing this video? Well, this is really just talking about what has come of these championships I've done, because I've done 2 lager championships now, and I'm thinking, well, what was the point? Okay, other than just to crown 2 beers champions of their own essentially leagues, what was the point of doing this? I thought, well, really, what I could do, I could create because of this is a little tier list of lagers. Now, rating beers I tried before and it just became a bit pointless, but I feel like a little bit of a tier system for me rating lagers would be useful, because there's loads of beers like this one and like another one that I'm going to mention in a minute that didn't get a chance to be in any of these championships, and there's quite a lot of beers that didn't get a chance to be in these championships. I am planning on doing more lager reviews because I'm really liking my lagers, and I've had so many lagers now, I've reviewed so many that I kind of know what kind of things I'm looking for with lagers, so I feel like I could do some good lager reviews moving forward. And really, when I review a lager, I can basically put it in a tier to give me and everyone else an idea of where it might have got had it been in one of the championships. So I'm going to introduce the tier list to you now, so you can see the kind of beers that are in it, or the kind of beers that you know, are in different tiers, what kind of quality the different tiers are. So here is the tier list. Looking for it. So we've got tier 1 first of all. Now tier 1 is reserved for just the beers that were in the first 2 rounds of the first championship. Basically, standard premium lagers. I've got the Tyskie in there. Whether the Tyskie deserves to be in there, I don't know. Some beers won't even get in tier 1, really, because, you know, it's got to be considered a premium beer by somebody's standards in order to be in there. So you've got the likes of Birra Moretti, Menabrea and Korev, basically the beers that were in the first 2 rounds of the first tournament. Then I've said that basically the first round of the new tournament was probably equivalent to the quarterfinals onwards of the second tournament, with possibly maybe Paulaner possibly pushing it into the next tier. But tier 2 is quite a large tier, really, and we've got the likes of Warsteiner in there, Paulaner, the Sam Smith's lager, the Benedictiner Hell, and other beers that, you know, were deserved their place in the first round of the second tournament, but didn't really get anywhere in it. Tier 3 is for round 2 of the quarterfinals of the Ultimate Supermarket Lager Championship. So again, that's another quite a wide tier. I originally had 7 tiers, but I thought less is more when it comes to these tiers. And to be honest, you probably look at there, they've got ABK, and anyone with a good memory might remember that the ABK didn't actually make it to the second round. But I can't remember now. I'm not sure if it was beaten by something. I've had ABK since then. I think the difference between the the difference between tier 2 and tier 3 is the difference between Benedictiner Hell and ABK Hell. I think that's right. ABK Hell I think is better than Benedictiner Hell, and that's really the difference. There's a small difference. Either of those could have been in either of those tiers, really. They could have both been in tier 3. They could have both been in tier 2. But there is the difference between ABK and Paulaner, so that's basically a difference as well between the 2. Jupiler's in there as well, and the Hawkstone and the Bitburger, so really that's the kind of quality we're talking about. Tier 4 is a very interesting one because it says semis and finals. Now the only beers there that were in the semis or finals was the Lowenbrau, the Eyinger or the Staropramen. But I've also put the Augustiner and the Spartan in there. They were both beaten by the Lowenbrau, but they are both tier 4 material. And I think anyone would agree with me that they're both as good as any of those beers in there. I'd say of those 5 beers, the weakest is probably the Staropramen, which possibly may be more of a tier 3 beer. But again, that's the problem with the knockout tournament. With the knockout tournament, you end up with some beers like the Augustiner Edelstoff got knocked out in round 2, but I'm not going to put it in tier 3. There's no way. It's tier 4. And possibly even tier 5 on a good day. So there you go, that's the look of that. Tier 4. Tier 4 are really the best that you can get in the supermarkets, even if you include booths. And tier 5 is, I put Ultimate Plus for that one, basically. Tier 5 is reserved for the Augustiner Lager Beer Hell, which won the championship. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched the final. And the Tegernsee one will have come out by now as well. A good bottle of Tegernsee Hell is every bit as good as the Augustiner Lager Hell, so that's up there in tier 5 as well. And now whenever I review a lager, I can put it in one of these tiers. I'm not going to actually add the beer to the tier because we'll have too many in there. It's just the beers are just here to give you an idea of the quality of each tier. And then if I do review beers that are not supermarket beers, they're going to go in here as well. And it doesn't mean they're all going to go in tier 5 just because they're not available in the supermarket. It'll be interesting to see if I review just some interesting Helles beer that I got in a bottle shop, which tier I would actually put it in considering the quality that I think it is. So anyway, that's enough waffling about the tournament. I'm going to drink this Duff beer for a bit. It's only going to be quite a short review. I've already drank it once. I already know what tier it's going in, but I'm going to do it again just for you guys. So let's get a nose on it. So nose on it. So I was getting nice biscuity malt there and a little bit of citrus before, and I'm still getting that now. There's a little bit of syrup, a little bit of honey. It smells really nice. Smells really nice. Smells quite sweet, a little bit floral. And this is Duff beer. It's basically obviously Duff beer from The Simpsons, but it's brewed in Germany. It's brewed by, I can't really read. Does it Eichbaum or something? I can't actually read it. It does tell you what the brewery is, but I can't see the red on black. I'm really struggling to see the red on black there. So it's yeah, it's probably brewed by quite a big brewery in Germany. I can't see it being brewed by a small brewery because you can get it everywhere. And yeah, it's brewed in Germany. It's supposed to be like the stuff they drink in The Simpsons, but if it is like the stuff they drink in The Simpsons, then I'm expecting it to be like Carling, essentially, because that's pretty much the equivalent of Duff. I think they're making slightly more premium products here. You know, but we'll see. Got it from Lidl at £1.29 a can. Anyway, so yeah, the nose is giving great. It's giving lovely Helles vibes. It smells like a nice Helles. Yeah, it's got lovely sweet malt there. It's got biscuitiness, breadiness, a little bit of lemon. I'm going to go in for the old taste, just to see what the taste is giving me. Cheers. So it's quite a sweet mouthfeel. Not too carbonated. Nice little aftertaste. Lovely bit of biscuitiness. Lovely bit of breadiness there. I say teeny bit of citrus. And yeah, I mean it's really nice flavour. It's got nice rounded mouthfeel. It's got I say nice finish. It's got a lovely bit of biscuitiness on the finish there. It's quite sweet. It's got a little bit of bitterness to balance it out. I'd possibly like it to be a little bit more dry. But it is very tasty beer. It's really nice. It's nice and easy drinking. It's lovely. It'll be lovely straight out of the fridge, nice and cold. Lovely on a hot day. It's nothing unbelievable, but it certainly is. It's a decent product that. And £1.29 a can, it's an absolute steal. But it is there. You know, Lidl got this a few days ago. £1.29 it was in our local Lidl. Duff beer. It's certainly a better quality product than the stuff they probably drink on The Simpsons. Let's have a look at the tier chart, see where it would fall. Now looking at it, it's you got tier 1 there. I'd say it's better than tier 1. I mean, you got like some Menabrea in there, but to be honest, it does taste nice. It tastes quite authentic, German Helles kind of vibes. I'm saying that's better than tier 1. I think in the supermarket championship, it would have got further than round 2. It's decent. However, tier 2, it fits into. I'd have to say it just squeezes into tier 2. Really, it's certainly not tier 3. It's not as good as those beers in tier 3, but I'd say it definitely squeezes into tier 2 there. It's tier 2. It's decent. It's yeah, it's a tier 2 one. It's as good as some of those beers in tier 2. It's definitely better than the ones that I'm looking at in tier 1. So that's where it would have got to. It may have got to the quarters in the supermarket championship. It possibly could have got into round 2, just squoze into round 2, depending what it was up against. in the Ultimate. So there you go. I mean, decent beer, banging for the price. Not going to talk any more about it. I'm going to just finish the rest of this. Until next time, have a good one.